Chapter 1, Section 5, Equations. Oh, of course, you kind of know what we're going to be doing here. Simplifying. So this is what we've done before. Let's make sure we know what we're doing. So 11, 10 minus 8. In the past section, we did the distributive property. So 11 times 10 minus 11 times 8. So that's 110 minus 88, which is 12 plus 10, so 22. We have 6 parentheses 4x plus 5, so we distribute that 6, and we get 24x plus 30. We have 2d plus 7 times 9, so that 9 distributes throughout. We get 18d plus 63. We have 8n plus 9 plus 3n, commutative property to get 8n plus 3n next to each other. So now we have 11n plus 9. A theater has 176 seats and standing room for 20 people. Write an expression to determine the number of people who attended 3 performances if all of the spaces were sold for the performance. So all of the seating, all of the standing, and we did 3 shows. B. Sorry, C, I don't know what I was thinking here. Use the distributive property to evaluate. We have 5, z minus 3 plus 4z. So distribute that 5, we get 5z minus 15 plus 4z with an extra parentheses here for some reason. Commutative property, so we get 5z plus 4z together minus 15, so we get 9z minus 15. Okay. So what we have done, we have simplified expressions. What are we doing now? We're solving equations with 1 variable, and we solve equations with 2 variables. Vocabulary. So on page 33 of our book, that's where you should be looking. A mathematical statement that contains algebraic expressions and symbols. So an open sentence, it just has letters and numbers. X plus 7, there's an open sentence. 3x plus 7, an open sentence, or an expression. Okay, you can make that into an equation really easy. So you can make those into equations really easy by making them equal to something. So x plus 7 equal to 0. Or 3x plus 7 equal to 13. So there's an equation. So find the value for a variable that makes a sentence true is called solving. So when you actually find negative 7 plus 7 equals 0. So you can do that by subtracting 7 from both sides. You get x equals negative 7. And you can see if you plug it back in, negative 7 plus 7 equals 0. And it checks out. Or you can do it with 2 steps. So that goes away. We're left with 3x is equal to 6 divided by 3. So x in this case equals 2. And if you were to check it out, 3 times 2 plus 7 equals 13. So that's 6 plus 7 equals 13. 13 equals 13. Okay. A set of numbers from which replacements for a variable may be chosen is called the replacement set. So sometimes they will give you several numbers to choose from and say which one is the correct one. A set is a collection of objects or numbers that is often shown using braces. Each object or number is the set is called the element. So if they do give you a set and they say, okay, which one is the answer? -7, 2, 1, or 3. So this whole thing is a set, and each one of these is an element. A solution set is the set of elements from the replacement set that can make the open sentence true. So sometimes it'll be more than one thing. And you'll have a solution set, so you'll have multiples. Identity is another term. And identity is something that we have talked about a little bit before. So we had the identity property. It was when we took 3 times 1 and got 3. So an equation that is true for every value of the variable is called an identity. Okay, so that's like when we get infinity equals to infinity, something like that, or 3 is equal to 3. That's called an identity. We'll see that as we go through. So find the solution set for 4a plus 7 equals 23 if the replacement set is 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what they did here is they made a table, and they took each number from the set and they put it in to the equation. So 4 times 2 plus 7 equals 23. Okay, that's actually 15. Okay, so that's a false statement. 4 times 2 plus 7 is 15, so that's what they did here. 15 does not equal 23. 4 times 3 plus 7 is 19. That does not equal 23. 4 times 4 plus 7 is 23. That works. 4 times 5 plus 7 is 27. That is false. 4 times 6 plus 7 is 31. So that is also false. So our answer is a set of 4. Sometimes we'll have more than one number in our set. Find the solution set for 6c minus 5. I'm going to go over here, and I need 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 for this solution set 6c minus 5 equal to 7. Okay, so this will be 6 times 0 minus 5 equal to 7. So that will be 0 minus 5. Negative 5 does not equal 7. False. So then this will be 6 minus 5 equal to 7. So 1 does not equal 7. 2 is 12. So we have 12 minus 5 equal to 7. So that is 2, 3. So that is 7 equal to 7. And that's true. We have 3. So that will be 18 minus 5 equal to 7. Well, that's 13 does not equal 7. So that's false. Yes, you have to go through each one because you never know which one could work. Then you have 24 minus 5 equal to 7. So you get 19 does not equal 7. So that is a false statement. So the only one here that works is B. Okay. Solve. We have 3 plus 4 parentheses 2 cubed minus 2 equals to B. Read the test item. You need to apply the order of operations in the expression to solve for B. So when we solve using the original equation, evaluate the powers, we subtract 2 from 8. We move on. We multiply by 4. We end up with 27 here and an answer of the B. If we go back up to the beginning, the B was 27. So then if we do it on our own, we have 3 parentheses 6 plus 4 over 21 minus 10 minus 6 squared equal to W. So we want to solve. So this is 10. So we get 30 on top. This is 4, so we get 16. 21 minus 16. So 30 over 5, which equals 6. Good. Our answer. Solve. All right, so again, we start off with the original equation. We had to do exponents, then parentheses, and they rewrote it. Well, 9 plus 7 is 16, so they just put it in fraction form so that we can see what's going on here. So here's an interesting thing that they did, just to make sure you know. So this is 4 plus 16 over n equals 8. They got rid of the fraction. How they did that is they multiplied everything by n. So now we have 4 times n plus, well, these n's are going to cancel out. 16 is equal to 8n. Now we get like terms together. So we subtract 4n from both sides, and we get 16 is equal to, what did I do? Minus 4n, so 4n, there we go. We divide both sides by 4, and we get 4 is equal to n, where n equals 4. So the equation has a unique solution of 4. Okay, what are we doing here? Our original equation, then we used the negative distributive property. So I'm going to show you that one. We have 4n minus 12 plus 2 equal to n 6 minus 2 minus 9. Two things we have to distribute. If you remember from last year, that negative out front here is a 1. So we distribute that. So we get 4n minus 12 minus 2. Distribute that n, 6n minus 2n minus 9. So now you get 4n minus 14 is equal to 4n minus 9. Like terms together, I'm going to subtract 4n from both sides. And I get negative 14 equal to negative 9. So no matter what value we used for n, because that n goes away, the left side of the equation is always going to be 5 less than the right side of the equation. So this equation is never true. So there's no solution. So we need to try a problem out. We have 4 squared minus 6 plus f minus 9 is equal to 12. PEMDAS, so we get 16 minus 6 plus f minus 9 equals 12. 16 minus 6 is 10, so we have 10 plus f minus 9 equals 12. 10 minus 9 is 1, so 1 plus f equals 12. I'm going to subtract the 1, and I'll get f is equal to 11. So we get a solution set here. Okay, next, we have 2n plus 7 squared minus 29 is equal to 2 cubed minus 3 times 2n plus 29. Okay. We have been doing distributive. I'm going to go ahead and do like terms and grouping in here. But starting on the other side, we have 2n plus 49 minus 29 is equal to, so this is 8. 8 minus, and we have to do multiplication first. This is 6, so 8 minus 6 is 2 times that n plus 29. I'm going to subtract 2n, and that goes away. 49 minus 29 is 20, and 20 cannot ever equal 29, so there is no solution here. What do we have here? Identities. So we have our original equation. We divided 8 by 4, so on this first line, get down to 2. We added 5 to 2, so we use substitution here to get to this line. And then we distributed the 3, so now we have 3k plus 96. And then we subtracted 89 from 96. So we end up with 7 plus 3k is equal to 3k plus 7. So we have the same thing on each side. You can go one step further, 2 steps further. You can subtract 7 from both sides, and you end up with 3k equals to 3k. As long as the left side equals the right side, no matter what real value is substituted for k, the left side of the equation will always be equal to the right side of the equation. So the equation is always true. So therefore, the solution of this equation could be any real number. I'm not going to say it like that. Any real number. All real numbers. So let's try this out. So we have 4 cubed plus 6d minus 2 times 8 is equal to 3 squared minus 1 minus 2 times d plus 48. So 4 cubed, that's 16 times 4, so that's 64 plus 6d minus 16 is equal to, that's 9 minus 1 is 8, minus 2 is 6d plus 48. If I subtract 6d on both sides to get like terms together, those go away. I'm left with 64 minus 16, which takes me to 48. So we get 48 is equal to 48. So we have any real number C. So a gym membership. Dahlia pays $16 per month for a gym membership. In addition, she pays $2 per Pilates class. Write and solve an equation to find the total amount Dahlia spent this month if she took 12 Pilates classes. So we set this up as an equation starting at the beginning. She pays $16 per month no matter what. Then an additional $2 per class. Write and solve an equation to find the total if she took 12 Pilates classes. So we have 16 plus 2c is equal to our total. Yes, they use c as cost. I'm just using it as class here. The cost of the gym membership is a flat rate. The variable is the number of Pilates classes she attends. The total cost is the price per month for the gym membership plus $2 times the number of times she attends Pilates classes. Let C be the total cost and P be the number of Pilates classes. Okay. So then all you have to do is substitute in. So 16 plus 2 times 12 equals T. And as we can see over here, C is going to equal 40. So Dahlia's total cost is $40. Now we get to try one. An online catalog price for a jacket is $42. The company also charges $9.25 for shipping per order. Write and solve an equation to find the total cost of an order for 6 jackets. So the jackets is what's being used over and over again, so I'm going to put an X on that, and that equals our total. And then I'm going to come over here and say, well, we have 42 jacket plus 9.25, so probably D, but let's check it out. 42 times 6 is 9.25, 18, 1, 6, 24, 25, plus 9.25, that's 17, that's 6, that's 2, 267, 25, 261, and 18, carry the 1, 24, 25. Oh, that took me a minute to see. Okay, I was thinking that was a 3AS. That should be a 2, so that this can be a 1. There we go, 261.25. So the answer there of D, yay.